Well, this is something that I would not have expected. Free sticks for hiking the trail. Tiger tail sticks made by Harry Sano, 86 years old. Keeps busy in his wood shop. Thank you, Harry. I've got the stick, so I'm good. But thank you for that thought and for putting these here on the trail for people. We're passing along this stream right here. It's moving very quickly. I don't think this is the Housatonic, but it could be. We just stepped into the woods. We've been in some pasture and hay fields here just for a few minutes. But anyway, we're out and heading up the trail. Good weather today. I don't think it's supposed to be insanely hot, for which I'm very grateful. Tomorrow may be different. Tomorrow may be rainy. But we'll take what we got when we got it. We're shooting for a campsite. I think it's about 17 and a half or so miles out. And should be able to make that with no issues today. We've got some climbing, but the overall elevation is only about 3,500 feet total all day long. And this early climb is spread out over about 5 miles, and there's a halfway point that gets flat. So we're hoping that it's not going to be a big, huge deal. Love to have as few rocks as possible today just to get us started and get us moving. If you've been watching along, you know that we plan out several days in advance. And the last several weeks, it seems like we've just not been able to work our plan for whatever reason, for some of the minor injuries that have befallen us. The heat bit us last week. We just have not been able to do the miles that we needed to do. So we're trying to get to Cheshire, Massachusetts, I still think. Not quite into Vermont yet. And meet up with some friends there who have offered to slack pack us for a good chunk of the upper half of Massachusetts and Vermont. So that'll be a blessing. So we're trying to get our miles in so we can get up to there, and we'll see how things go today. Well, we're doing a little bit of a road walk right now because we missed a turn. I think the trail's over here in this field. Pretty sure I see it. Yeah, there's a blaze right there. And we can rejoin right here and go on up to this road crossing. And then I think we're going up and over this little bump in front of us here. So we'll step down in here and keep plowing along. Well, I'm at the bottom of another rock face, doing the second half of our early morning climb. Doesn't look too slippery because it's not as wet, but heading on up. Hawkeye's already up there. I lost the trail down here. I kind of came up some stuff that was harder probably than it should have been, but I missed a turn somewhere. Didn't go far off, maybe 15 or 20 feet. But anyway, heading up the hill. Well, I think I may have reached the top of this second bump on the climb today, which will put us on the ridgeline for a little while. I believe. I have to go back and look at the map again. I looked at it just for the first few miles and saw we're going up and said, oh, well, okay, we're going up. It'll be okay. And actually, it was a better up than some. We've not had rock scrambles yet, knock wood. We do have these little rock faces, but thankfully, it's not wet and raining today. They're not as slick as they were coming down off of Mount Everett and Race Mountain. That was tough. That was dangerous. I'm glad we made it down with no injuries. I messaged him with a friend yesterday, and I think she made it down too, so that was good. But anyway, I think we're up on the ridge now for a little while, and doing pretty well today. We've only got 2 or 3 days till we get to another Dollar General in Cheshire. I would have said Cheshire, but the guidebook says it's Cheshire. So we'll call it that till I find differently when I hear from some locals. Also, near my home, there's a town called Salisbury. And up here they say Salisbury. So, a little difference up north, but we're learning the vernacular. Well, the trail came from just over here. And we had this rock fence right here to keep us from tumbling over the edge. But upon approach, we do have a view this morning. Very nice. The wind is blowing. It's cool today. Much different from the last day we hiked. So for that, we're very grateful. We're still making our way forward this morning. We've reached Tom Leonard's shelter, which is just down there in the woods. I don't know if you can see it through the trees or not. But we're gonna pull off here and have a bite of lunch and sit for a sec, take our packs off. We've been out for, I don't know, 2.5 hours. And it's good to have a break occasionally and just chill. So we're gonna do just that. Oh, this is the inside of this shelter here. Room for, well, technically 4, but I mean, if you wanted to get 2 people on these bottom bunks, you could. Somebody could get in the middle. Somebody could sleep along, this way here. Oh, and there's a loft. I just realized this is a ladder right here going up and up. There's a loft up here, so there's probably a good bit more room there. Let me pop up there and look and see. I'll show you the loft. We haven't been inside of a shelter lately, and I've not seen one quite like this. So yeah, you got loft space up here at the top, as well as bunks down here. So this is a pretty nice little shelter. Good overhang, so protection from the rain. Beautiful little area to just kind of sit and chill out here in front. There's a privy. There's a water source that says 0.25 miles, and a bear box down here. So nice little shelter. Well, this is interesting. We don't go this way, but man, how about this? Sure drop off right there. That we got this vertical rock wall over here on the other side. I don't think we go down in this direction, but kind of an interesting little spot right here. Glad we don't have to go down that. But we've had our lunch at the shelter and we're gonna move our way forward. Maybe a better look right over here down this little canyon-ish looking thing. Never seen anything like this before, but wow, absolutely gorgeous. Just glad we don't have to climb down through there. You can't get any sense, I'm looking in the viewfinder, you can't get any sense of scale of this little gulch right here. But really cool. Alrighty, so bear is in front of me. This is probably my best shot at a bear. I don't know whether there's cubs around or not, but I'm gonna back up and give the bear some room. Right now it's moving off the trail and away from the trail. I'm moving back up the trail, and I think we have avoided a skirmish here. So I'm just gonna stand here and hold my ground and let him or her move along. Hawkeye's coming behind me, so he needs to know that something's going on here as well. But yeah, that's the clearest shot of one that I've gotten since I've been hiking. So anyway, happy birthday to you over there. They told us that bears cannot tolerate the song Happy Birthday when we were at Philmont last year. So happy birthday to you. Anyway, the bear has gone off the trail, and I'm gonna go on up the trail. We've got a nice little creek coming along right here. We'll call this the mountain stream of the day. Flowing really well. Nice clear, grass is growing in it. I'm good on water. I don't know about Hawkeye, so I'm gonna wait on him. He's not far behind me, but we'll see if he needs to get anything. But really beautiful, very vibrant. There's, as I said, there's grasses growing in it, so it's likely really good, clean water. The sun's glinting off in so many different ways, so definitely our mountain stream of the day. Well, I have a couple of things to share with you. First of all, bears don't know when their birthday is. So the whole thing about singing happy birthday to the bear was a trick taught to our group when we were at Philmont last year, just so that everybody would do the same thing. What the bears don't like is loud noises and such. So by having everybody start singing, that will typically give the bear enough impetus to get on away from people. And that typically works. Thing two, the trail rumors, it's kind of like the coconut telegraph, are rampant. We just passed a Sobo hiker and he said, "Do you know where you are?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "You were 0.1 from Trail Magic with burgers and drinks and that sort of thing." So I believe we will. So hopefully we'll get up here before they pack up. I didn't realize we had another road crossing, but we'll get on up here and see if we get a treat today. That'll be nice. Alrighty, so this is what you love to see right here is a Coleman stove and a gentleman that's got hamburgers going on it. So that's really awesome. His name is Band-Aid, and we appreciate you very, very much I am eagerly looking forward to getting to Maine this season and trading in my pack for some Rubbermaid totes and my camp stove and my flat top and all my stuff so I can go out and do exactly what this gentleman is doing, because I love doing it. So we're going to sit down and have a bit of a snack, and then we'll head on back up the trail. Hawkeye's already got a soda. I'm going to find a Gatorade. We're going to sit and chill for a little bit, have a burger, and then we'll be back on the trail. We just passed a junction with the Pond Loop Trail. I don't know if the pond has a name. I was watching somebody else's video the other day just to kind of get a sense for this section of trail, and I don't think he ever found a name for the trail either, or for the pond. But anyway, we're going to be going around it, I think, for a little bit. And I think aside from that little up that we had just back there, so far after lunch, the trail has been pretty nice. This is really beautiful right here. You can see the lily pads and the grass is growing, and the wind's blowing. It's cool. It's not nearly as hot as it was last week, for which I'm extremely grateful. And we're just kind of working our way northbound today. But we've got a nice little view up here and a place I can lean back and rest myself for a few moments. Beautiful trail here now that we've gotten up kind of on the top of this ridgeline again. And hopefully that'll continue. Just passed another guy that we had a snack with earlier, so we may see him up the way. I don't know how far he's going today. I think he's just starting. He hiked maybe last year or sometime recently, and he had an injury, so he's picking up where he left off just in the last day or so. And we wish him the best. His name's Story. So anyway, heading on up the trail. Well, the trail this afternoon has been kind of cruisy, punctuated by a few little ups and downs here, but right now we're zipping along. Probably 5 or 5.5 miles to go to the shelter or campsite that we're aiming for. Hawkeye didn't sleep real well last night, and he's struggling, but I think we'll make it. We do have a possible out at, I don't know, another mile or so, but I'm hoping he'll be able to make it home. But if not, we got to do what's safe. Safety is number one. He's worried that, as exhausted as he is, that he'll have some missteps or whatever, and we certainly don't need that. So we'll keep an eye on safety and keep an eye on the clock. We may just sit down and wait a little bit and then hike on. We don't have to be there at any particular time. Nice little mountain stream right here that I wasn't planning on. Good brook. We've got a nice place to cross it right here. It's running beautifully right there, and it disappears on down the way here. There's a little pool down there. Well, I'm pretty sure that stream that we just saw is the outlet for this beaver pond right here. I remember seeing that in the guide that we were going to pass a beaver pond, and I can see stumps here that are certainly, there's one there. Here's one right in front of me. Certainly the result of beaver activity. So nice beaver pond here, and we're going to go around it and keep on getting it. Well, we're at the intersection of Wilcox North Shelter at 0.3 miles out that way. Trail goes on this way, and we're going to go ahead and pull in. Hawkeye's not rested well from last night. He didn't sleep well, and he's exhausted. He's worried about making missteps, and we can't afford that. So we're going to pull in here and at the very least rest for a little bit. I don't know that we'll go on, but we're going to pull in here for a little while. Probably we'll stay tonight and reconfigure going forward, but we'll get there. So I'll show you the shelter when I get out here. Well, how about this for a closing video? We've got a little bit of a campfire going to drive some of the mosquitoes away, and it's just kind of hanging here and the sun's leaking down through it. There's my stuff all spread out in the trees around my tent, and I'm going to hit the bed here just shortly, but I wanted to thank you for watching today, and we will see you tomorrow morning first thing, and talk to you then.